So, what do you think it is needed to make the big leap forward and ensure that the wheelchair basketball really becomes one of the most followed sports in a country?
Well, for me, it's TV. Do you know what I mean? Every great sport. Do you know what I mean? You look at football. You look, obviously, I'm English, and you look at the Premier League. How that's taken off and taken the world by storm, and that's because Sky are wanting to transmit the English football, the Premier League, to the world. And then this brings in more sponsorship money, and the teams in England can pay more players. So that will be the next step for wheelchair basketball. Each team, so like the best team in each individual country, the three main countries in Europe for wheelchair basketball, they need to start getting their domestic TV channels to show wheelchair basketball. Because obviously within the zone there's only so many people that can fit into a stadium. But if you get on TV, your audience is limitless. So you need the more people that watch it, the more people are interested, the more people are asking, and the more sponsors the sport will have, the more exponential the sport can grow if it's publicised to a biggest audience. Because do you know what I mean? As with anything in the world, everything's profit orientated, and do you know what I mean? The best sport teams in the world are the most profitable teams in the world. So a great team brings in more public, it brings in more revenue, makes themselves better. But they're making themselves better, they're also highlighting the sport. So for every time that Bray and Terry show a game live on Rai Sport, maybe someone will see it that wouldn't normally watch wheelchair basketball. And then the next time they hear about wheelchair basketball, they'll want to see it, invite someone else, tell someone else. So they can only raise the profile. Do you know, I want to be, hopefully I am, I want to be you know what I mean, a world-class athlete and showing my skills and abilities to as many people as possible, because I'm proud of all the hard work I do every day, and I want others to see my achievements and to enjoy wheelchair basketball along with me.
And now let's pass to the wheelchair basketball world championship. What do you think about the pools of the world championship, and which teams do you think will pass the stage groups in Hamburg next August?
Well, the pools are pretty decently spread. I would say with every pool, because there's 4 groups of 4 teams, and within each pool you would say there's probably a strong favourite within each pool, and then the second and third team are fighting for the second the second place to go ahead into the knockout stages. With regards to teams, I'll just have a look here. I've got the group stages here all right down. So look at this pool for men, pool group A, Morocco, Canada, Iran and Germany. Now you go have a look at that and think Canada are the strong favourites to go through, because they have their talisman, their superstar Patrick Anderson, who's come back after a short sabbatical, and you know, he will take that team through. And then it's between Iran and Germany who will go through. As I said, unfortunately, as I said before, the lower half of Group A are out, so Morocco are going to be hard pressed to get through. Pool B is USA, Korea, Poland and Great Britain. Now USA are Olympic gold medalists, so they'll be strong favourites to go through straight away. And then the second place to go through is between, I would say, Poland and Great Britain. Hopefully, I mean, I would say that Great Britain will get through, because we'll be my home nation. Unfortunately, I'm not playing with them this year, but I can see them getting through. The third group, Pool C, this, if you ask me, is the group of death, because Turkey, Brazil, Japan and Italy. And this is the only group where I would say Turkey, probably on paper, slightly stronger than the other 3. But within the other 3, it could be any team that goes through. So in the other team, it's 2 teams playing for that one spot. In this group, it's all 3 teams playing for that one spot. So certainly keep an eye out for that, because it'll be a good group to watch. Pool D: Australia, Argentina, Spain, and Netherlands. Australia traditionally are one of the top teams. Traditionally are a medaling team. They've had a few retirements and a few players that's gone out, but you know, you'd expect them to scrape through. And then Spain are the Rio de Janeiro finalists, so they're, do you know what I mean, they're very, very strong. But also, do you know what I mean, Netherlands and Argentina are dark horses. Both of those teams can beat anyone on their day. Do you know, it's just with sport, especially during the group stage, but in the knockout stage, it's just one game. It's just one shot, a shot per shot. So, do you know what I mean, in a day like that, where they're just, do you mean the Argentina players or either the guys in Netherlands are just on fire, they could take a sneaky win off either Spain or Australia. So again, that group will be very interesting to see unfold.
So, who will be the world champion?
For me, after watching USA in Rio de Janeiro, and before the Paralympics in Rio de Janeiro, the GB team, we went to America for a training camp, and just seeing how those guys play every single game, every single minute, their rotation, their bench. Do you know what I mean? They have like 12 absolute world-class players in their team. So for me, it's USA.
And now, about your career. What has been so far your biggest achievement or satisfaction that you have reached within your career?
Well, it has to be a medal in Rio, because I went to the Paralympics in London, and that was a fantastic experience, one of the best experiences of my life. But unfortunately, well, I trained 2 years for those 2 weeks in London in September 2012, and we finished 4th. We didn't get a medal, so that's, do you know what I mean, it broke my heart a little, and I've kept that feeling in my heart for 4 years until I got a chance again to go to a Paralympics and play for a medal. And this time, you know, in Great Britain, we won a bronze medal. So that's the best achievement, the highest achievement of my career so far. But saying that, having to say that the best move for my career was coming here to Italy for Briantea, because I played in England. I played for a couple of different teams in England, and then I went out to Spain, and then back to England to concentrate on Great Britain basketball. But I never really won anything. Throughout all these years, I had a couple of finals, and played in some good tournaments, but the silverware, medals, I never got. And then it's when I came to Briantea that we had a very good team. The first year I was here, we didn't have any real superstars. We had like 5 or 6 really good players, and we were just really good players and really good friends, and we just clicked and connected, and the chemistry within the team was perfect. It didn't matter who shot, who scored, who took a rebound, anything. It was just, we played as a real team. And as I say, the best movement of my career was coming here, because I always say I learned how to be a winner coming here to Briantea. And if you just want to take a quick scan of our trophy cabinets, it goes all the way around this room. So that was definitely a great career move for me to up sticks and come to Italy.
And now, what are your goals for the next season, the next years?
Well, I'm getting slightly old. Do you know what I mean? In sport terms, I'm 36. So, do you know what I mean? As I say, I've won plenty of cups, plenty of trophies, but the desire is there to continue. Maybe now I have to adjust my training regime, my training schedule, because I've always been one that just trains as hard as possible, push as hard as you can, lift as much as you can, always go hard for it. But now maybe I have to change and adjust my game to keep at the level I want to be at and help this team, because the saying in not in wheelchair basketball, but the saying in sport is there's only one game that counts, the next game. So you always have to have an eye on your next game and how you're playing the next in the next game against the next team. So do you know what I mean, hopefully we are defending cup champions, defending league champions in Italy, and obviously I want to retain both those titles. We finished third in Europe. Last year we played Madrid Lyon in the final and we lost. This year we played Lyon in the semi-final and we lost. So I think next time round it would be good to get into the final of the Champions Cup. It's the only thing left in domestic basketball that I've not won. So it's always the thing you don't have is the thing you want most. So Champions Cup is something that I definitely want to get my hands on and lift that cup, because it's the one remaining cup I've not got. But also just looking longer term. There's the Paralympics in Tokyo 2020, which, having been to two already, I know what a fantastic experience it is. But having been to Tokyo, Japan rather, during that time or two, and just seeing their culture and the people there, I know for a fact that Tokyo 2020 will be a fantastic tournament. It's going to be an absolute fantastic event. So a little bit further down the line, that's 2 years away, I would like to get back into the GB team and have a crack at one more Paralympics.
So thank you, Ivan.
Thank you very much.